Welcome to Boots in Baltimore. I'm LeeAnn Blanchard. I'm here with Carly Feinberg, a small business consultant with Baltimore County Public Library. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, LeeAnn. I'm excited to be here and chat with you.
Okay, so small business consultant through the library. What does your job entail?
That's a great question. I know a lot of people are surprised that the public library has a business consultant. It's a relatively new position and it focuses on three main um, responsibilities. So, one is one on one appointments. People are able to schedule appointments for more individualized support, whether you just have an idea, you're currently running a business. So, it's open to anyone. And so, that's one of the main roles of my job. Secondly, I organize business related programming, both in person and online. And the topics for the programs range extensively. So, we do digital marketing programs on SBA certifications, market research, focus groups. We organize networking events quarterly. And our most popular business program is actually called Entrepreneur Academy. It's a 7-week course that we offer virtually. We developed this course in 2019 with the Small Business Development Center. And that basically walks you through all the steps of starting a business. So I would say that's one of our most popular programs. Oh, and then lastly, the last responsibility is forming partnerships between the library and other entrepreneur support organizations, which there are actually a ton in the greater Baltimore region, establishing the library as an entrepreneur support organization in the bigger ecosystem.
What are some of those places? You mentioned the Small Business Development Center. Is there a SCORE group around here?
Yes, there are so many resources that provide free support. So, yeah, like I said, the Small Business Development Center, there is a Baltimore SCORE chapter, Baltimore County's Business Action Team, which is related to the Department of Economic and Workforce Development, the CDFIs, the Community Development Financial Institutions, provide free business consulting, Latino Economic Development Center. There are extensive resources that offer free support, and I encourage people to take advantage of all of them.
So you're like the one-stop shop to get information about here's everything.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I meet with people, I see where they're currently at, what their goals are. If the library can't support them, I can refer them to an organization that can. Yeah, we do a lot. So, it's great being able to share what we do with more people.
I think you need to rebrand. I think you need to be a small business concierge.
I like that. Definitely has a little bit of a fancy touch to it.
Yeah, we'll reprint your business cards. Excellent.
Thank you. Great.
So, how or where do you meet with clients?
So most of the appointments, just because the greater Baltimore area, Baltimore County is so spread out that most of the appointments happen over Zoom. The appointments are 15 minutes, they're free, and that's probably the most popular way that I meet with people. Some people opt for phone appointments where we can just gauge where they're at, what their needs are. And occasionally I can meet with people in person at one of the county libraries. We have 19 locations.
So, the county is really spread out, but do you also help people in the city or is that a separate organization?
So we do focus on Baltimore County, but when it comes to our programs and events, I would say it's probably an even split between county residents and city residents attending because everything we offer is free. We don't exclude anyone based on where they're located. And I also like to make this plug that if you are a Maryland resident, you can get a library card with any library system in the state of Maryland, which is very rare. And it's kind of like a fun fact for Maryland because most of the time to get a library card, you have to prove that you live in that county or that region. But in Maryland, they have removed those barriers so you can get a card in Harford County, Prince George's County, Wacomico, all of the counties. So that's a plug that you're not limited to the resource if you're a Maryland resident, if you're not limited to the resources in your specific county.
So, the short answer is yes. You could help people in Baltimore City.
Oh, yes, entirely. Yes. The long answer and the short answer, yes.
Okay, tell us again how much you charge.
These appointments are free. Everything we offer is free.
Zero.
Yes.
Nothing.
There's
So
never any
exciting.
complaints about that.
And then how often could people get a consultation with you or participate in the things?
Generally, it's once a month. You can schedule an appointment once a month, which is actually pretty helpful because then they're able to work on the different things that we talk about in the preceding meeting and then prepare for the next meeting. So they have things that um, they can work towards for the next meeting.
Yeah, you need time to do your homework.
Exactly. Yes, for homework for sure. And yeah, and it holds people accountable. That's what a lot of people say. The reoccurring appointments do keep them on track.
Excellent. So, why does the library provide these services? Why doesn't it go through some other agency?
That's a really good question. So, how this all started was several years ago, around 2019, we recognized that there was a lot of customers coming in looking for information related to starting a business. Of course, books, our business related databases, and we recognized this need and this interest. And libraries now are trying to evolve with the needs of their communities. So, we try to determine what we can do as a library to support people wanting to pursue entrepreneurship and start a business. And so we connected with a ton of different stakeholders back then, including Enoch Pratt, the SBA or the Small Business Administration, the Small Business Development Center. And that's actually when we launched Entrepreneur Academy. And we wanted to be able to provide this information for free to our community members. And yeah, so we like to remove barriers and we like to identify needs in the community and do what we can to fulfill them.
When I was thinking about it, initially I thought, oh, this is a terrible fit. It just doesn't even make sense. Libraries are a government institution, they're paid for by taxes. They don't know anything about entrepreneurship. But when I thought about it more, I realized, but libraries are already in the community. There's a branch near you somewhere. And they already are repositories of information. Or I remember as a little kid seeing tax forms in my library. I'm like, what do libraries have to do with taxes? But it makes so much sense that anyone can be in a library. Anyone can get to a library. They're on bus
Exactly.
routes. They're free. They're public spaces. They have meeting rooms. There's all of these things that libraries have that would be beneficial to small businesses. It makes total sense to me.
Oh yeah, and libraries are known for information hubs. There's no judgment. People are aware that they can come and seek information at the library. And like you said, the accessibility too. And this is even more relevant for rural parts of the country, but other parts of the country don't have as many resources, some of which I just mentioned, as this area does. Libraries providing business support is actually growing in popularity across the country. And it's a great way for the library to support their community members. It's free. The business databases are so powerful. That could be a whole nother conversation. But yeah, we also think of ourselves as kind of an on-ramp to entrepreneurship. A lot of people have business ideas. They don't have a business background, but they're excited. They have a hobby that they want to monetize, and they might be intimidated going to the Small Business Development Center or meeting with this or mentor because they don't know what questions that person might ask them, or they don't know the right questions to ask the person they're meeting with. So it's a little bit intimidating for people just starting out. And the library is a welcoming place. People aren't intimidated to go to the library. So it's an on ramp where people can get started, test business feasibility, think through their whole business idea, and then go from there. Then maybe connect with those other resources. But it's that uh, on ramp that I think can really help people gain traction and get moving in the right direction.
Good. So great. So how many people like you are there? And does Baltimore City also have the equivalent through Enoch Pratt?
Yes. So that's a great question. I think Baltimore County Public Library is able to offer such a robust variety of business support because I only focus on business. And a lot of libraries don't have that, which I think is why other library systems might not offer as much as us. But speaking about Enoch Pratt, they definitely do offer business support. They offer business programs. I just went to one of their networking events recently, which was a lot of fun at the central location and the central branch. So yeah, most library systems do offer some business support, but depending on it just varies how much. Pratt definitely does. They have similar databases to us. So yeah, I would definitely take advantage of Pratt's business support as well, because they are definitely doing the work doing the work too.
But you're the only one for Baltimore County?
Yes, I'm the only one. I'm not a librarian. I don't have my master's in library sciences. So my background is in business. And that's why I was really excited about this role because this was very much aligned with the job I was hoping to find. But a lot of people get confused because they're like, oh, are you also a librarian? But I'm not. I just have a business background and I specifically focus on business support at the library.
Wow, I'm so glad that I found you specifically. That's great.
Thank you.
So, what is the most popular question or topic that small business owners want to discuss with you?
I would say a lot of people in our initial appointment, they're not really sure what to ask. They have this idea and then they want to know where do I go from here? So I wouldn't say there's a more or a popular question I get, but I would say a popular topic that I talk to many people uh, about or talk to them about is market research. So doing all the work involving learning about your customers, the product market fit, because all successful businesses either need to solve a problem or fulfill a need for their customer. So trying to determine how their product or service is aligned with the needs of their target audience is crucial for setting the business up for success. So I would say with most people I meet with, that's one of the first topics we talk about.
That makes a lot of sense. Because I think it used to be that people would just get an idea and they'd start a business and then they'd worry about, is there even a market for that kind of after the fact? And
Exactly.
not,
Or like the saying, build it and they will come, that might have worked in the past.
it works for
Unsure.
baseball fields, but not for business.
Yes, exactly. So when people are like, I'm just going to start the business and then the customers will just come to me, I'm like, that doesn't usually work. So that's why you really have to do the early stage research, and it can be tedious and it can be time consuming, but it sets you up for success. You don't want to find out that people aren't interested in your product or service after you've launched the business.
Yes.
It's so important.
After you've gone into debt, after you've bought a building, after you've done the things.
Yes, yes. And people the early stage process of starting a business, a lot of times people will evolve the idea after learning about their competition, talking to potential customers, doing this early stage research, and that's normal. So having the idea change or pivoting a little bit is totally a normal part of the process. So
Interesting. So, what is one program or service that you offer that you just wish more people knew about or took advantage of?
I think I have two answers. So we offer quarterly networking events, which are one of my favorite events that we organize. And I've met so many awesome entrepreneurs through my job, and the networking events are the time when all of these people come together. We hire a local small business owner, food business, to cater the event. So there's snacks, which I know is a draw for people. And yeah, it's just a really nice way to connect that small business entrepreneurial community. And it's always a lot of fun. So those are something that I would encourage people to consider attending. And then our Entrepreneur Academy as well is a really awesome program just because it covers essentially all the steps involved in starting a successful business. So business strategies, market research, taxes and finances, bookkeeping, marketing, and writing the business plan. So it really is the full picture, and it's a great program. We also offer that program entirely in Spanish as well now. That's called Academia de Emprendedores, and that's offered in the winter. So the English version is generally offered in the fall, and then the Spanish version is offered in the winter. So we're trying to make this information as available to as many people as we can.
And is there a limit on the participants?
No, it's a virtual class, and we generally have over 100 people in each cohort. So it's a very popular program. We've
Oh,
actually had people from other states participate because people in Baltimore went through the program, loved it. They know it's free and online. So they referred people in other states. So someone from Colorado, we've had someone from California, Louisiana. There's been a couple people where I'm like, that is very cool. The program is valuable.
so, really, what you're saying is you're nearly world famous.
I'm on the cusp.
An audience with your help, she can go viral.
Thank you. Yes, please share this video.
All right. Do you have some success stories that you'd like to share?
I would say some of my favorite success stories are people that I met people a lot of times early on in the process when they were just getting started and seeing them grow, seeing them at the Baltimore's farmers market, have a stand and with a crowd around their stand, people who have quit their full-time job to fully go into their business. There's been a lot of success stories or people winning funding. I know several people who have won funding in local business competitions. So seeing that development, seeing them being hired for catering events. There's so many different success stories, but watching the businesses grow, uh, and it's always fun seeing where people end up.
That's so cool. So, how can people get in touch with you, make an appointment, sign up for your classes, find out more?
Okay, so before I forget, I want to mention our business email list. This is, I think, one of the most valuable things that we offer. We have a business interest email list where we send 1 or 2 emails a month. It's not spam, it's not too many emails, but that's how we try to spread the word about the business programs we're offering. So all those online classes, the networking events, all of that. We send that in the email as well as other free support other organizations are offering programs that the Small Business Development Center is hosting, Maryland Capital Enterprises is hosting. I just shared some events that the Department of Planning are organizing. They have several events coming up. So yeah, all the business support that's free and local, I've tried to make available in that email so people can join our email list or we have a page on Baltimore County Public Library's website and it's resources for entrepreneurs. So that has a lot of great resources too. So if you go to bcpl.info, so that's Baltimore County Public Library, bcpl.info, and then you click on services, and then you can see the resources for entrepreneurs page. That has a lot of great resources. And that's also where they can book an appointment with me.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much. This has been incredibly helpful.
Thank you, LeeAnn. I'm so happy to share this with you and share it with anyone who's interested in starting a business. So thank you for the opportunity.
All right. This is LeeAnn Blanchard from Boots in Baltimore with Carly Feinberg. Please, obviously, she's a delight. So sign up for an appointment with her so that she can help you with your stuff and spread the word about all these amazing free resources.
I
Thank
look
you.
forward to meeting you all. Thank you.